bit more information on the on-command system manager for ONTAP. I think this is version 9.3 simulator that I'm using. Anyway, I had a previous video on how to install a 2-node NetApp cdot cluster, and unfortunately I had the volume turned off on the microphone, so it's a silent movie. But if you got through that, now I'm trying to actually provision some storage on this NetApp 2-node cluster. So the first thing I do, of course, is log into this on-command system manager. And there's a few things you have to do in this thing to get some volume to show up, which I was unaware of. I came from a whole different storage environment, so finally got this figured out. Well, the first thing you need to do is get the storage disks collected into an aggregate. So you want to click on this aggregate and disks, and here you will see when you click on aggregates, well, let's look at disks. So you can take a peek at the disks, and I'm not seeing many here. I'm not sure where they went, but let's see if we can get them back. So if I go into aggregates here, these two seem to be very small root aggregates that are mandatory and they aren't used for storage. They're kind of for housekeeping. So let's make a new one here. We'll do a create aggregate. And I tried using this auto mode here. It wasn't very successful. So I'm going to switch into manual mode here. And I'm going to name this thing my aggregate, which is probably still here. Yep, there it is. And all I have in this thing is simulators is fcal fiber channel. So that's what we use. And the RAID on a NetApp is rather interesting. I'm used to RAID 5 and 6 and 0 and 1. This is all different. So here we can choose a number of these, and if you get this correctly, it'll work. So now I'm using 16 disks. I'll get 13.18 gigabytes on this aggregate, and that'll work for my purposes. So let's submit this and make this aggregate. So once you get an aggregate made, then you can make a storage VM. And in here it's red because it's still working on producing it. Let's see if it'll change to green. Click on it. Still working on it. It'll eventually go green. Let's go back to that area there. There we go. There, it's all done. So once you have an aggregate, you can then make a storage virtual machine. So you need an SVM to do anything on this cluster. So let's make an SVM. Do a create. Let's name it my SVM. What else, right? I'm not quite sure yet how to use this, and I didn't need it. And I'm going to export with NFS. So I'm going to click NFS here. Unix style is what I want. I could go Windows, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay on Unix here. Root ag is what I want to call it. And these are still filled in, so this will work. And the whole thing is you need to have this aggregate already done. So here we go. And yes, now as I recall, once the SVM is made, storage virtual machine, you want to go without a subnet. And I used that IP last time, so I'll use it again. Network, mask, and the gateway. And this will work. Okay, and the port, I think I used a standard. Okay, no, this is not really a port per se. It's like what connection do you want to go off of? So my cluster one of its ETH ports, choose that one. Not sure if it matters. Okay, and that will work. So now I could basically configure alias domain to authorize NFS users. This is where I got messed up last time. So domain names. IP addresses, export name, and the size and the permission. Okay. So let's see. I don't really have a domain here at home. And I just basically ignored this last time and I said submit and continue, which might be why I got into trouble, because I really couldn't mount the volume. It's optional, submit and continue. Okay, this is made. And I guess I could be a VS admin. Do I care about that? No. Okay, how about this? A new LIF. Okay, I'm not going to worry about a LIF. Looks like I better put this in here, huh? Okay. That's in there. All right, flex volumes. NFS is enabled. There's my LIF. It's on that IP address. Okay, so this is all running. And now I actually need a volume. So if I go to volumes down here, and I create a volume, make a flex vol here. Just call it something simple. Use that one. It's the only one I have. Okay, and I'll choose my only aggregate I have right there. And I'll make an easy name like ball1. How's that for a complicated name? 1 GB snapshot, don't care about that. Okay, that should work. Space reserve. Create. Okay, now I got a volume 1. So now, I would like to say, could I actually use that volume? So I was on Mac OS here, fooling around with it a bit. And there was a command I had here to look at it. Let's see if that command will show up. I was trying to do it that way, and that didn't work too well. Would this work? Let's see. /private/vol1. Let's see what that'll work. Will that go? Okay, that worked. Nope. So I probably need to change this thing. Let's see if root would work. Interesting. So now it kind of stopped. No usable addresses for root. Can't mount vol1 from root onto private. No such file or directory. So did this thing here fail? And there's a command I found to actually, okay, so if I go into Finder on Mac OS, Finder has a connect the server option here. So yeah, I was trying this before. So if I say connect this, no permission. So I do have some access problems on the filer that I got to figure out. I know I'm not on LJAP, I'm not on NIS, so I'm not on any system to say that my username is valid, and there doesn't appear to be a way to type a username into NetApp. So I probably have to make an NIS server or something to get this to work, which I'll have to do. Okay, well, what else can we go over here? I guess we can make another volume, right? Why not? Let's make another flex ball. Not sure I like that. Okay, there we go. Use that. Let's call it ball 2. Ball 2. And there we go. So now we have 2 volumes. I wish we could change the protections on these. So let's look at the SVM again. So export policies are what I want to look at here. And here we have all this stuff enabled. Export policies. So I would like anybody to mount this thing without a password. I wonder if we can do this here. Let's call it ball 1. And create. Okay, it made it. Can we change it? Doesn't seem like we can. I guess we could delete it. It's not very friendly. And add this here. Okay, so access protocols for all this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's everything. Okay, or just that, or everything. Okay. Flex cache, not sure what that means. Okay. Read only. Let's get rid of that. Read write, yep. Okay, so here's where I get stuck authenticating to these things in TLM. All right, okay. Client specifications. Wondering if it's like an IP address there or something. What if I leave it blank? What if I use my Mac here and see what it is using for an IP and put that in there? So this Mac is using 134. Let's see if that would work. Let's try that out. Poof. I guess I create this now. Well, let's see if that made a difference. Can I mount this thing now? That's not it. Looks like I got rid of that window. Okay. Ping it, yep. Can we do a mount now? Okay. Let's do a go. Connect the server. There's connect the server. Still not gonna let me do it. Okay, well, maybe I'll get this figured out and post another video. No sense in boring you with my my blocked video here, but I guess we learned a lot, right? We figured out how to make an aggregate, so that was good. Got that part figured out. So we got these aggregates made here, that one there made. It's a good looking aggregate. We made an SVM, right? There's our SVM. Hauling along there. Well, of course, nothing mounted yet. And we have volumes. So once I get these mounted, we can have some more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.